everyone, my name is Amy Gate. I'm a solutions architect at Elastic, and today I'm going to talk about how to make search simple with Elastic and Azure. Today I'm going to go over Elastic and the stack, and I'm going to do a deep dive into the enterprise search technology. I'm going to do a demo and then tell you all how to get started. So we say that Elastic is at its foundation a search company. So search in all of its forms is what Elastic is known for. We believe that search is really foundational to a wide variety of use cases, looking at structured and unstructured data, whether it's log data, whether you're looking at knowledge bases or IP addresses for threat hunting. Elastic is the engine that powers many of the everyday consumer search experiences that you're used to, from the Uber marketplace that connects drivers to riders, or if you're searching for groceries on Instacart. But search also goes beyond the box on apps and websites. And really, Elastic and search is about serving relevant results as fast as possible. And that's really a foundation to situations outside of consumer search, like hunting and investigating threats like Barclays does with Elasticsearch, detecting and resolving operational issues by looking at logs, metrics, and APM data, looking at telemetry data, for example, like NASA does with the Mars rover. So there's a lot of different ways that you can define search and the search experience. And when you're searching for restaurants or plane tickets or anything, you want relevant results regardless of the size of the data set that you're searching through. So Elastic has built three powerful experiences on top of the Elastic stack. And I'll be diving into Elastic Enterprise Search today, but there's two other solutions that I want to quickly review. So the Elastic Observability solution brings these four pillars of operational data. We say four pillars of data: logs, metrics, uptime, and traces, into one single unified solution. And our goal here with Elastic Observability is to give you end-to-end visibility into the health of your digital ecosystem. So there's no separate tool, no separate logging tool, no separate APM tool, no separate metrics tool, because we know that a typical organization has 10 plus tools that they're using in order to ask questions of their infrastructure and get answers. We really want to bring the speed, scale, and relevance of the Elastic stack to allow you to investigate issues quickly and drive this mean time to resolution to really zero. So you don't have to take coffee break queries where you hit run and go get a cup of coffee and come back to your results. The Elastic security solution is made up of endpoint security and a SIEM that sits in the Kibana app. And the strong search foundation of Elastic, it pays off in security as well. We've seen lots of grassroots adoption in the security space. Even before we had the actual SIEM in Elastic, there were a lot of people using us in order to search through security data. So just like the observability space, our goal with the security solution is to break down these silos by integrating the two components of cybersecurity, SIEM and endpoint, into one single solution. So we want to bring prevention, detection, and response capabilities in a single stack. So our mission is really to allow you to address threats at scale. And we have features like machine learning, unsupervised machine learning, anomaly detection, lots of out-of-the-box detection rules to arm every analyst and allow them to succeed with this open technology. And so all three solutions are powered by the Elastic stack. Those are made up of the four components that you see in this slide right here. So Elasticsearch is the heart of the stack. It's the storage, search, and analytics layer. Kibana is the window to your data. It helps you operationalize the data. It's the visual layer where you're going to be making dashboards and graphs and charts. And Beats and Logstash are the ingest layer to help you get data into Elasticsearch. So speed, scale, and relevance, it's rooted in the stack, and it really pulls through to the three solutions where they deliver different business outcomes depending on the need of your organization. So today, search is going to be our focus. And, search is a part of all three solutions, but we're going to focus on enterprise search. And it's all about surfacing relevant results to achieve whatever business goals that you're looking for. So Elastic can be deployed anywhere. If you want to deploy Elastic on Azure in the public cloud, there is the SaaS offering that Elastic offers, and this is transactable through the Azure marketplace so that you can create your Elastic cluster in the cloud. If you are looking for a way to self-manage your Elastic cluster, there are orchestrated options that you can also deploy in Azure. Those are Elastic Cloud on Kubernetes, and those can be deployed on AKS. And there is Elastic Cloud Enterprise, which is Elastic's homegrown version, homegrown orchestration solution, and the same interface that you're going to see in the Elastic Cloud SaaS offering is available for Elastic Cloud Enterprise, but can be deployed on your own, in your own tenant, on your own virtual machines. So the Microsoft Elastic partnership allows these different deployment options that I just went over, backed by this partnership, so that everything is available through the marketplace. It also allows for a turnkey experience with rich integrations that come as a result of the agents that are available in order to ingest data. These turnkey experiences that plug in to Azure services transform the data that's coming from services like Azure Monitor or VMs that are running in Azure, and transform that data into a common schema so that they can be represented in Elastic dashboards and Elastic machine learning jobs without manual configuration, and really provide that out-of-the-box experience. So to reiterate, there are several ways to deploy Elastic on Azure, including self-managing and deploying them on individual machines, all the way to using the service, to using Elastic's public cloud service on Azure, and allowing Elastic to manage your clusters for you. So to dig a bit into the modules and the turnkey integrations that Elastic offers, the data to dashboard experience is available in just one step, because the agents and the integration, once they're turned on, take the data, parse it, enrich it, and transform it into a common schema so that they can be represented in the dashboard that you're seeing here. There's default dashboards, there's alerts and machine learning jobs that all come out of the box because of our partnership. Search happens on your websites, on your apps. It happens on your mobile apps, on your websites, and within the four walls of your company. So we really live in this search-first world where search has just become kind of the front door to a brand or an employee experience. And if you think, of how many times you've already interacted with a bar like this or on your mobile phone and search for something, everyone is looking for consumer-like experiences, highly interactive, in your face, and those can be difficult to build because search is a complicated domain. And that's really the experience that we want to optimize, and what we're considering as a part of the enterprise solution space. So Elastic Enterprise Search wants to allow you to be able to search everything anywhere and deliver the most relevant search results, bring your search to market faster with powerful yet simple customizations. So allows you to customize that search experience, but you're not building things from scratch, having to understand things like type ahead, synonyms, all of these complex concepts that are in the search field. All of those should be available out of the box so that you're ready to go, and also allow you to scale with ease and leave behind, the expensive costs that's often associated with building search solutions. So Elastic Enterprise Search is composed of three offerings that are all available in the Azure Marketplace. So Workplace Search allows you to connect disparate content sources, so it makes all of your team's content findable and fast. You can unify different content platforms like O365, GitHub, ticketing systems, those and many more. You can build custom connectors and give your employees, give your users one single personalized natural search experience. App Search, which I'm going to be demoing at the end of this presentation, it really leverages the power of Elasticsearch to your own data. So if you are building an application or a site that needs search and you have your own data and you want to bring that search experience to market faster, it comes with a set of APIs, intuitive dashboards, tunable relevance controls, and a lot of analytics, so you can really examine what is actually going on when people search your application and whether they're hitting results or not. And then Site Search gives you everything that you need to add search to your website. So you don't need any experience. It's a web crawler that allows you to bring search to your public website and integrate a search box if you don't have one and be up and running in a couple of minutes. So again, workplace search allows you to search across all of your content sources in one unified experience. App search allows you to build a search experience on top of your own data, and site search allows you to integrate search into your website. So specifically for app search, we see app search used in lots of different use cases. Typically you would think of a web application or some sort of SaaS service that has a search bar, but some other use cases are to allow customers or to allow users to self-service, to implement case deflection. So if someone is coming to a website and has a question about a product or service, and they want to be able to find answers quickly so that there's increased customer satisfaction and so that they're not opening a ticket or a case, all of that really requires you to have a solid search experience and relevant results. So these and all of the other points listed are places where you would use something like app search. And, like I mentioned earlier, search is such a ubiquitous kind of universal thing that everyone does. So we have customers across lots of industry segments, geographies. Some of these customers are sitting in Azure Cloud as well, so using all of those services that are available there and integrating it into their applications running in Azure Cloud, but a wide variety of experiences. So again, just to quickly highlight, Elastic and the search service is really based on this resource-based pricing model. So while search can be something expensive to implement because typically it depends on the size of documents or the number of connectors or seats or things like that, Elastic is solely based on the amount of data and the underlying hardware that data is sitting in, and very resource-based instead of this kind of complicated granular entity-based pricing model. So just to dig in a bit into App Search before I go to the demo. So again, like I mentioned, App Search is a powerful set of APIs and developer tools for building search applications. And some of the features that I'm going to be demoing, but just to cover, it includes typo tolerance, relevance tuning. It includes a lot of clients to support languages that you might be writing your application in, lots of great analytics, and it also has a UI library so that you can build a search experience really quickly out of the box with the library that we provide and add on to it and really customize it. Okay, great. Now I'm going to hop into a demo of App Search and show you how you would use it to build a demo site. And in this example, I'm going to be showing you how you would use it to implement a knowledge base search site. So now I'm going to dive into the App Search demo. And this is a example demo website that we've created, but you can imagine a customer comes to a website like this one trying to resolve an issue, for example, with resetting their password. They can't find the answer. Their customer satisfaction might be a little low because they're not able to figure out what's going on, and they're about to open a support ticket, but they come to the help site like this and they want fast answers. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to start typing for what I'm looking for. And you can see as soon as I start typing, results are populated. And, for example, say I spell password wrong. You can see that App Search still recognizes what I'm looking for, and the result of how to reset a password is one of the documents that's surfaced. You can see that it's doing things like stemming, term highlighting, and over here on the left side, you can see facets that are represented and search results divided by those facets. And all of this is available out of the box with App Search. Now, if I go back to the main site, we can see here that if a user isn't coming in with a specific search topic, there's also popular topics that are. So now I'm going to dive into the App Search demo, And this is a example demo website that we've created, but you can imagine a customer comes to a website like this one trying to resolve an issue, for example, with resetting their password. They can't find the answer. Their customer satisfaction might be a little low because they're not able to figure out what's going on, and they're about to open a support ticket, but they come to the help site like this and they want fast answers. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to start typing for what I'm looking for. And you can see as soon as I start typing, results are populated. And, for example, say I spell password wrong. You can see that App Search still recognizes what I'm looking for, and the result of how to reset a password is one of the documents that's surfaced. You can see that it's doing things like stemming, term highlighting, and over here on the left side, you can see facets that are represented and search results divided by those facets. And all of this is available out of the box with App Search. Now, if I go back to the main site, we can see here that if a user isn't coming in with a specific search topic, there's also popular topics that are. So now I'm going to dive into the App Search demo, and this is a example demo website that we've created. But you can imagine a customer comes to a website like this one trying to resolve an issue, for example, with resetting their password. They can't find the answer. Their customer satisfaction might be a little low because they're not able to figure out what's going on, and they're about to open a support ticket, but they come to the help site like this and they want fast answers. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to start typing for what I'm looking for. And you can see as soon as I start typing, results are populated. And, for example, say I spell password wrong. You can see that App Search still recognizes what I'm looking for, and the result of how to reset a password is one of the documents that's surfaced. You can see that it's doing things like stemming, term highlighting, and over here on the left side, you can see facets that are represented and search results divided by those facets. And all of this is available out of the box with App Search. Now, if I go back to the main site, we can see here that if a user isn't coming in with a specific search topic, there's also popular topics that are available to be put on this help website, and that comes from the data that App Search is collecting, the analytics that it's collecting, and then surfacing to allow you to integrate into your application. And so, what I did and what I typed, this might seem like, something simple because it was pretty intuitive. I came in and I looked for what I was trying to find, but there's actually a lot of complexity behind the scenes. And I'm going to go now into the back end of App Search. And so this is what you see when you log into App Search. App Search consists of things called engines, and I've already created engines that are going to be used for the demo today, but an engine, it consists of all of the documents, JSON documents that your end user is going to want to search through. And so I've already created this doc engine, and we're here on the overview page. And right away, you can see analytics that are available. So you can see the total number of queries, total number of clicks and documents. You can see things like, what queries have looked like over time. You can look at the actual API events. But if I scroll all the way, actually, let me go into the analytics page. So this is the overview. And now I'm going to go into the analytics, which has a lot of the same data, but digs into it a little more. And if I go all the way down at the bottom, as I'm scrolling, you're seeing, top queries that are available. This one important piece of information. So this is top queries with no clicks. So these are terms that users are coming in for, like account dashboard, but they're not actually clicking to anywhere else. So they're not finding a document that has the relevant information. And, again, all of that results in lowered customer satisfaction and possibly them opening ticket and, causing more costs for your organization. So we want to mitigate all of that, and we want to be able to fix this without a lot of development work. So I'll come in and I'll look at creating a curation. So we really want to resolve this, account dashboard issue where that term is being searched for, but it's not going anywhere. So I'll click on create new curation. And here I will type in account dashboard. And this is actually what I want users to click on. So, I want them to click on this account dashboard and billing page when they come searching for it. So what I'm going to do is come here and slide this and promote this specific document. And you'll see that this is automatically, without having to do anything, just by dragging up there, it's already reflected in, if I come in here and search for account dashboard, it is the first document that appears, and that has been saved immediately without requiring you to reindex any documents or do anything like that. So next, I'm going to get into this idea of relevance tuning. So, when a user comes in and they search for something, there might be fields in the data that you want to weight more than other fields. For example, I might want to come in here and give the title a little more weight. So I can drag the slider and say, if that term is in the title, weight that response more heavily. Another thing that I might want to weight more heavily is click. If this document has been clicked a lot previously, give it a higher, give it a boost and allow that to be seen as more relevant. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to add a boost, and I'm going to configure it and say, give it 3x boost, and I'm going to come in here and save it. And again, all of these are applied without reindexing, without having to write code. They're all kind of present because I saved it in the UI. All right, so the next thing that we might want to do in order to allow these terms that don't have clicks is to assign synonyms to them. So a synonym set is a set of terms that when searched for can be kind of swapped in and out and replaced for the other. So in this case, I'm going to provide a synonym for account dashboard. And I'm going to give it value of console. Someone might come in and also be searching for profile. All of these are synonym sets that are synonymous with account dashboard. So I'm going to come in here and save this as a synonym set. Finally, I wanted to quickly touch on the reference UI that I mentioned. So this reference UI allows you to build a really quick search experience and allows you to create that out of the box just by selecting fields that you want represented. And I won't go through all of this, but it creates a search experience and a sample UI that you can use to test your queries. There's also the source code available. So if you want to build on this reference UI and build your own search experience, you can do that. The boilerplate is written in React and you can build on top of it. So it's a really great way to get started. That is it. Hopefully that gives you a flavor for how simple it is to use app search, how easy it is to build a search experience without requiring a lot of code, and but still allows you to customize it as you need to for your application. All right, now that you've seen the demo, I really want to sum up the why of Elastic Enterprise Search. So as you know, Elastic is known for speed, scale of relevance. And with Elastic Enterprise Search, we're really delivering the best possible search results anywhere across all of your data. You're also able to bring search to market faster with simple customizations, but that really allow you to curate the experience you want your customers to have and allow you to scale with ease and leave behind really expensive costs associated with that scale. Next steps to get started. So sign up on the Azure Marketplace today. App search, workplace search, site search are all available through the Azure Marketplace when you deploy Elastic as a service. And if you have any questions or want to speak with an expert, please contact us at the email address that's listed. And thank you so much for listening.